It's race day in Texas. Was looking forward to this race for a while. We brought out 6 dudes here. 6 dudes to this race, so we should have dominated. In fact, we had talked about team tactics and a strategy for the last week leading up to this race that we were going to implement tonight. Didn't quite go as planned, but that's all right. Sometimes that's life. All right, let's address the elephant in the room here. No, to my dismay and to y'all's disbelief, I did not get signed to Legion of LA. But we did decide to try to take some of their strategy, their tactics, and see if we could put that into use in our local race. We wanted to control the front of the race and essentially just practice a solid lead out. And that's kind of what we considered this was, hey, there is no perfection until there is practice, or unless there is practice. So that's what we treated this race as, practice. We brought out 6 hitters. Let me introduce them to you guys. First up, we had Max. Max is solid, he is strong, and he's always willing to work. Next up, Matthias. Man, Matthias has been winning everything from Cat 4 and beyond. Super cool to see him cat up. Next up is the best locks in the peloton, Mr. Chris Merle. Next, we've got Michel. Always fun to watch him race. Super great team player. And here we go, Tiburcio. Tiburcio is also new to the team. He took 2nd place in this race, so good job, Tibbs. And last but not least, of course, yours truly, me. So here we go. We had 6 guys in this race. And again, what we wanted to do was see if we could take control of the front of this race. And we planned on doing that towards the end. So now I'll give you a quick breakdown. As we'll see, coming into 4 laps to go, we decided that on 4 laps to go, we were all going to work to get to the front. Around 3 laps to go, we needed to be on the front and drilling a pace that was high enough to keep or prevent late race attacks from going off, but not too high that we're destroying ourselves and not able to finish it out to the end. And then at 1 lap to go, we were going to hammer, lay it down, and deliver our sprinter, who is supposed to be Max and then potentially Michelle if anything were to happen. As you find out, this plan did not work out, totally fell apart, but that's all right, that's life, you know. Sometimes you have a plan, and that plan doesn't always work out, and in fact, I think Mike Tyson had a popular phrase about that: everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. And that's kind of what happened. We somewhat got punched in the face, but this was practice. So who did it better? You guys be the judge. Don't answer now. At least not yet. And let's go. Coming up on 3 laps to go right here, and as planned, working the way to the front, and I take the front of the race here. I'm probably giving it a little too much juice. 480 watts. There's no way I can sustain that. I got a little excited, that's for sure. But settle back into a reasonable pace in the 300s. I can do that. And again, the goal here is just to keep the front of the race hot for the last 3 laps and, make it real difficult for people to send any late race attacks. And we just want to keep it high here. So I'm going to elbow my team through. Our plan was just, let's rotate, just like we're working as a team breakaway. And we're just going to rotate on the front, keeping the pace high, saving our sprinter, and delivering him to the end. We rotate through, and Michelle and Max, they come through, but I don't know where Tiburcio, Chris, and Matthias are. They must not have been able to get to the front in time. So, you know, that's part of the reason why this didn't work out. We just didn't have our guys up there. I think. Yeah, we just didn't have our guys up there. You know, the other part is fighting for position. You know, everyone wants in on this. Everyone wants to be right on our tail here, getting the perfect draft right at the front. And so, I think part of this is you got to fight for position, which is kind of a skill, and it's tough to do. Something that I have yet to fully master, I suppose. Anyway, Max pushes me through. I keep it up. You know, we're keeping the pace pretty high. 26 miles an hour on this part is, I would say, fairly high. And yeah, so look, here's United. They send a flyer up, try to get in front of this train, because they know they can't stop the train. They just try to get in front of it. Well, there's me yelling at Matthias. I was being a bit of a douchebag there. I'm sorry, Matthias. I just got excited. I was trying to have you be on my right, because that's where the draft was. But anyway, he pulls through on the left, on the unsheltered side. So, anyway, United sending another flyer up, because they can't stop this train. Just doing everything they can to get in front of it. You know, I'm not worried about those little flyers that they send up, because, you know, the idea is we'll just keep the pace high, and we'll swallow them back up. And that's what we do. So here we go. I roll through on the front. I just keep it up. Keep those watts. Keep those watts up. And coming into this headwind, going 30 miles an hour. Not too shabby. And so we swallow them up, as planned. And I think I'm about to push Max through here. And yeah, see, flick it at the elbow. Flick at the elbow. Max comes through, and he tells me there's no one else. So, anyway, we lost the rest of our team somewhere. And I am realizing here that that is not good. That's part of the plan, or part of the reason that it failed. It's just Max and I at this point. And I think Max, he realizes, you know, he's probably smart here. He decides to pivot. He realizes that this is not going to work. And I realize here, it's just me. There is nobody else. And so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. You know, you kind of have a choice here. Do you put in all this work? We're coming in to 1 lap to go. Here around this corner, it'll be 1 lap to go. I just put in all this work, and I'm still just laying watts down. 400 watts after all of this. And you know, do I quit at this point? Maybe save something for the sprint, or do I just, you know, double down and go all in? That's kind of what I chose to do. Go all in, keep it hot, try and, you know, squeeze out every last watt from my legs, and maybe keep this this pace, or this front of this peloton fast enough to where, you know, if I've got teammates in the back, which I don't even know at this point, if I've got teammates in the back, they can get a good lead out. But I'm just fading here. So there's Tiburcio right there, Max on the right, Michelle right there on the left. So they're actually in good position. The only problem is the pace really slows down. And we get, what's this, six wide here? But my power was zapped. You know, I was done. I was looking at my power data at the end of this race, and for the last 3 laps, when I took the front, when we took the front to the end of the race, I think my average power was 350, 360, something like that. So that was a good 6-minute effort at 360 watts. You know, I mean, not something I can sustain for any longer than that. But I realize here, look, I'm just going to fade in the back. let the peloton fade away. I gave it my all. Oh wait, maybe I have a little bit of watts left in my legs. Look at that, I do. But at this point of the race, it's useless. One, I have 0 position, so I don't even know what I'm doing, and I should just put myself out of my misery. But I don't. Oof, here we go. Wreck right on this corner. I find a lucky hole in the fence there. And that's all she wrote.
Everybody all right?
That's it, everybody. That is the race. Peace.